Hello and welcome to Kristi's Cropping and Creating. I have a pretty quick bonus episode today. This is not what I will be doing for my weekly video, but I was looking for a video that I had done to explain to someone how to use our border punches, and I couldn't find one, at least not quickly, where I had explained in the video the ways to use the border punches. And so rather than sending my friend to a different place to find one, I thought I would just do one really quickly because I doubt there's someone watching my videos that has not watched other Creative Memories Advisors videos, but just in case, or even for those that are exclusive to me because they're clients of mine, customers of mine, I just thought I would go over some things. So I have here two different types of border punches. Both of these, this one is called Balloons and Stars. This one is called Pumpkin Patch. They're both fairly new, and they will both do an entire strip of paper, like an entire 12-inch strip of paper. Of course, this one's not done yet because I didn't think to already have one done ahead of time. But anyway, this one, the Pumpkin Patch, will also do a frame, which I'm going to show you how it can cut just a frame on the edge of your pages. And so I'm going to show you how to use the one that's a frame that can also be used as a full 12-inch border punch. And then I'll show you this regular one that can do a full 12 inches, of course. So one of the things that I needed to point out is on the face, you've got these black marks. So it's on the white part, and then it's also, don't know if the camera is gonna focus in on that. I don't think it's gonna focus in. On this plate, this bottom plate that the paper would sit on, there's also a little black mark there so that you can see when you're putting your paper in, you would line it up. Oh, you got to unlock it first. Our border punches also have these safe locks. Hold it closed while you unlock it and then release. And that way it doesn't snap open as you're trying to unlock it without holding it closed. Okay, so you put your paper in aligned with that black mark. I'm going to pick this back up so that you can see what I mean. And it will be a little bit difficult for me to hold this and flip it up at the same time. Let me make sure. So this is where my paper would start, right? Because it's lined up with that black mark. So when I punch, let me put a piece of cardboard to catch my trash under it because it's so much easier to get it off the cardboard than it is to get it off of the 13-inch mat because it wants to act like static cling. So I've got it lined up to the black mark. I punch, and now as I slide my paper over, the pattern is on the wing here. So I can line my punch to design up with that blue pattern that's on the wing. See how the pink balloon is covering where the blue balloon is on the wing. And then even this little piece of this star and this piece of this balloon and star is also covering the pattern. And so that's how I know I'm in the right place. Punch again. And I'm just going to continue to follow along each time, having my paper lined up at the back. And once I've punched, I'll have my matching design over here on the edge. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish this since it's only going to be one or two more punches. So when I'm on my last punch, if I am right-handed and I was going from the left to the right, My paper is even again with this black mark. If you want to go the other direction, if you want to start here and go to the right, you can certainly do that. This particular punch takes the punched design and cuts it away from the paper. And one of the ways I know that is because I've got silver along the pattern at the top and the bottom, which means that this is going to break free. I don't think I have one. Yes, I do. Let me show you one that would leave it attached to the paper. Because this blue design is, completely blue down along the bottom, and then it's silver up at the top. So it's punching the palm trees, the wildflowers rather. It's punching the wildflowers out of the paper, leaving the punched design attached to the paper. Everything else about this works the same. You have the black line to start at. You can start on the left or the right and move one way or the other with the wings. So this particular one, like I said, it does cut it off of the edge of the paper. And you have your design now that you can go and put on your scrapbook page or whatever it is you're working on, your border, whatever. Okay. So this is one thing. Let me dump the trash. And then I'm going to show you again, you want to hold I've got the pumpkin patch. I'm going to hold it closed while I unlock it. And I'm going to show you how to use this to get started, but I'll also show you how to use these black lines, even though it's the same to use these black lines as it was with the balloons and stars. So if you have a design on your wings that has, do you see this straight line down through the pumpkin patch design? So that means that it is a frame punch. And when I get started, if I will have the edge of my paper even with that line that's over on the wing, again, I'm going to pick it up and hold it up closer. So I have my punched paper, the edge of my paper even with that line down the wing. And I'm going to do my first punch once I make sure I have it right, because I had slid setting it back down. So I'm going to punch, take this out, and you're like, well, wait a minute, how is that going to work? So I'm then going to, and I got to make sure I'm saying this right. So I just punched here. It was in like this. When I take my paper out, I'm going to flip it so that now here's where I punched, but now I'm going to start with this straight edge, even with that line. And you're thinking, or I think to myself, that's not going to work. It's going to mess up the pumpkin I already punched. But just watch what happens. It's kind of magic. One thing is you end up with a square. I don't know how big it is. It's probably an inch square. And ta-da! You now have the edge of your paper is, it could turn into a frame, because what I can then do is go along the edges. I would once again put my pumpkin back. I would match it with the design on the wings. I can go along the edge, and I'll just show you like this. The only thing is I'm messing up and getting my design even because I keep going too far. So my orange pumpkin is matching with the blue design on the wings. Now I'm here at the end. And now that I'm here at the end, over here, let's see if I can get that in better view. Now the right side of my paper is matching with that straight line down through the right hand wing, and my pumpkin here is matching because it's already been cut out. So I'm going to punch, take it out. I've got a straight edge, flip it again, put this back in. Now this straight edge is even with the straight line on the wing right here. Punch. I have, oops, I pushed it in. Well, there it is. So I have another square that's left over. And I have the start of a frame, because now all I would have to do is go along this edge, flip it, punch this corner, come along this edge. When I get to this corner, punch, flip, punch that corner. And I'm not going to keep going because I don't want to bore you to death, but you see how you could end up with a 12, well, it's going to be smaller than 12 by 12 when you're finished. Actually, no, it wouldn't. From edge to edge, it would still be a 12 by 12 frame for you to use on your page, but it would have the pumpkin going all the way around without messing up the corners. So this is how you can use this. But of course, you could also, let me dump this trash. And I know that basically I just showed you how it could still be a border punch. If I start at that black line that I talked about with the balloons and stars, so I'm going to start at the black line, make this even right here with the pattern on the wing. And it's either 5 or 6 punches to go down the length of the paper. I always forget, is it 5 or is it 6? That was 4, so it must be a total of 6, because I know this is not the end yet. And maybe some of them would be 5 instead of 6, and maybe that's why I get confused sometimes. So now if I just want the 12-inch border, then I can still do that, or I can use it as a frame punch like I showed the first time with the pumpkin patch. So hopefully that helps. I know that was a really quick tutorial, and it was just a small example with these 2 punches that we have, but hopefully you learned, if you did not already know, how to use the different types of border punches that we have. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My email address is kristibolin@gmail.com. It's right here in the middle. Kristi's Kristi. Bolin is spelled Bolin. So kristibolin@gmail.com. If you don't have a Creative Memories advisor, I would love to help you. You can shop from my website, www.creativememories.com/user/kristibolin. And I would love for you to watch my other videos on my channel, Kristi's Kropping and Creating. Please give me the thumbs up. It helps make it visible for others to see. And I would love for you to subscribe to my channel as well. I will be doing a prize drawing when I reach 500 subscribers. So help me get there and enjoy this bonus. I will be normally posting videos either on Tuesday or Thursday of the week. So this is a little bonus for you. I might post my regular one on Wednesday of this week as well. And I'm doing this video on a Wednesday morning. So, all right, y'all take care. I will quit rambling, and I hope to see you soon. Happy cropping.